without them it wouldn't happen. We have some great speakers lined up for you. We have John Burke, who's going out to attempt Everest this year, and his wife Aoibhinn Garrahy, who is going to base camp to support him. We have Rob Mortell, who is Ireland's youngest Everest summiteer. He summited last year at 26, and for those of you who saw the RTE programme about Kathmandu bus drivers, we have Christy Carey, the Dublin bus driver, who went out to take on Kathmandu. So it was a very enjoyable programme now, I have to say, when I saw it. This is a trekking and mountaineering information evening, which we're running as part of the Visit Nepal Europe 2017 campaign. We hope that by the end of the evening, if you're not already planning to go to Nepal, that some of the speakers will have inspired you to go there, either this year or in the very near future. In 2015, I'm sure most of you are aware that Nepal was hit by not one but two devastating earthquakes. The first hit on April 25th, and the second large quake hit again on May the 12th, 2015. The final death toll rose to over 9,000 people, with hundreds of thousands of people being displaced and left homeless. Countless buildings, schools and homes were destroyed, and the tourism industry was left decimated. This in itself had a devastating knock-on effect on the ability of many Nepalese to earn the income required to help rebuild their homes and livelihoods. While the tourism industry began to recover in 2016, it was still well down on pre-earthquake figures, and so the idea of running a campaign throughout Europe to promote Nepal as a tourist destination was conceived. The aim of the promotion is to increase tourist numbers visiting from Europe by 30 to 40% in comparison to the 2016 figures. It also hopes to bring together Nepalese diaspora, Nepalese diplomatic missions and Friends of Nepal, create a network of mountaineers and travel agencies in Europe, and amalgamate them with Nepalese communities to build a strong international relationship to build the tourism industry. Tonight's talk programme is the first in a series of events which we at the Nepal Ireland Society will run over the course of 2017 as part of this drive to increase the tourist traffic from Europe to Nepal. I know quite a few people here tonight are planning to visit Nepal later in the year. I'm going back myself in June, not the ideal time to visit, but because it'll be pre-monsoon, but at this time I'm bringing out my husband and two children. Many people would never consider Nepal as a family destination, but there's so much to see and do, so much more than just the trekking and the mountaineering that most people would associate with the country. It offers a multitude of adventures for families which leave a lasting and positive impression on children. It may be an adventure junkie's dream destination, but it offers an awful lot more. It has a fantastic culture, superb cuisine, UNESCO heritage sites, museums, friendly locals, and an experience never to be forgotten. Tonight's programme is about the trekking and mountaineering side of visiting Nepal, and we are lucky enough to have with us the four speakers who I introduced earlier on to bring four different perspectives to the world of climbing and trekking. As I said before, Christy Carey is a bus driver from Dublin. He visited Nepal as part of the RTE programme. He lived with a Nepalese family in Kathmandu, and I think it had a profound lasting impression on him. John, as I said, a hotelier from County Clare, is in the final weeks of training for hoping to summit Everest. Aoibhinn is there beside him, and in among with her Dancing with the Stars escapade, she's also training for Everest Base Camp. And then we have Rob Mortell. I hope you thoroughly enjoy all the speakers tonight. I'm looking forward to hearing all their stories. And I'd like now to call on my colleagues Bal Shrestha, Jane Fenlon and Prakash Malik to offer Caddis to our chief guests. So that was Mr. Joe Costello, a former TD, who's just received a CADA, and Rob Martell is receiving his now. John Burke. Amy Garvey. Christy Carey. And we have a special one for Christy's dad, who's supporting him here tonight. So I'd like to call now on the Nepal Ireland Society President, Mr. Deepesh Shakya, to give a presentation on the Visit Nepal Europe. Oh, sorry, okay. Sorry, the girls are going to give out flowers first of all, and I think they all deserve a round of applause for how well they turned out this evening. Traditional Nepalese dress, and they're going to give flowers to a special guest. So I'd like to call now on our President, Mr. Deepesh Shakya, to give a presentation on the Visit Nepal Europe campaign for 2017.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank everyone for coming in today. So I would like to thank Avian, John, Rob, Christy, and they all made the time to come here, and especially Avian, and she had all busy week, plus the more busy weeks ahead, 2 weeks. So thanks for coming, for making time for us to do the presentation today. And John, again, he's going for a long-term institution, and he is busy as well, so a lot of things to do, right? And Rob, as Alison mentioned, he is the youngest Irish person to climb Mount Everest, and I'm sure he has some great stories to tell us in a bit. And Christy, as we all know, he had a great time. Sorry about the pollutions. Hopefully you're going to sit there. Yeah, okay, excellent. So we are working on that. So pollution is a big issue there, but still things will improve slowly. Okay, so what happened was, so first of all, for a quick introduction of myself, I'm the president of Nepal Ireland Society, and I am also the Nepal Tourism Board honorary representative for Ireland. And then, so as an honorary representative of Ireland from Tourism Board, and I have meetings with the people in different, similar representatives in all over Europe, and also the government people in Nepal. So what I propose to them is, okay, so we are doing the tourism promotion, why not we promote tourism especially in Europe? So it's more the regional, it's like one country in some sense, means you can fly work in 1 hour and you can reach everywhere. And they agree, and the government formally announced 2017 as Visit Nepal here in Europe, and I am the coordinator for the whole campaign, so it's my responsibility to make sure that it is effective. So in some way, from Ireland, we are leading the whole campaign, and thanks everyone here for supporting this campaign, and everybody and the Nepal Ireland Society team, and Joe Costello for coming, thanks for coming in. So this is just a quick background of the Visit Nepal year 2017. So what I'm going to do today is give you a quick overview of tourism status at the moment after the earthquake, what the scenario is, how it is progressing, and what sort of strategy that the government is following and so on. So the bits and pieces of everything. Okay. Sorry. So, many of you have been to Nepal, and hopefully you know where Nepal is. And those who don't know where Nepal is, this is Nepal, right? So it is sandwiched between China and India, two big economies and countries in the world. And this is the map of Nepal, and this is where the Kathmandu is, and you have the Mount Everest there, and you have the different regions. So facts about Nepal, its area is 147,000 square kilometer, situated between China and India, and you have the population of around 30 million, probably 31 or 32 million at the moment. So language, the national language is Nepali, and we have more than 123 spoken languages. And as you might know, in Nepal, we have 8 of the top 10 highest mountains in the world. And we have, we are the second richest country in the world in terms of water resources. Despite that, we often see load shedding and all stuff. Now that's improving. We don't have load shedding. When you go there, probably you don't see any load shedding there. So that should be fine. And again, this is Nepal is the birthplace of Lord Buddha. The facts about Nepal is a great place for the people who are interested in nature, botanic birds. And we have 2% of all the flowering plants in the world, and 8% of the world's population of birds, 11 of the world's 15 families of butterflies, 600 indigenous plant families, 319 species of exotic orchids. So if you are kind of a nature person, you like plants and all stuff, so Nepal is a great place to visit. Okay, so Nepal seasons, like many people do ask me, when do I visit Nepal? What would be the best time of the year to visit Nepal? Now, I wouldn't say there is a specific time of the year when you visit Nepal. You can go all 12 months, but the most popular month seems to be September, October, November. Temperature is fairly mild, it's not that hot. June, July, August would be it's not hot, like 30 degrees centigrade. If you like a fairly warm weather, it's okay. So this is spring, summer, autumn, winter. We do have a distinct seasons, not like here. We don't get 4 seasons in one day, by the way. So this is what we have. Temperature-wise, as you can see here, Chittagong is a bit hotter, like 35-ish. And you have Kathmandu and Pokhara, it hovers around 30 degrees centigrade. Not the max will be 30-ish, but it hovers around 24, 25, and so on. Okay, so this is a quick tourism step. Now, as you might know, in 2014 the tourism was going okay, and 2015 the earthquake hit, the whole thing went down. So just to give you an idea how it impacted, in 2014 we had 790,000 tourists. And after the earthquake in 2015, that when it basically took a nosedive, 554,000 around the tourists. So in 2016, it has gone up, which is good. And it's basically the 24% increase in compared to 2015. So now it is hovering around 729,000. So hopefully with this campaign and other efforts going on, we can hopefully surpass the data from 2014. So this one here, what I've done is, these are the top 10 tourists in Nepal. Like India is the biggest source of tourists, and followed by China, Sri Lanka, USA, and UK. And then we have this table here. As you can see, Ireland sits here with 2,666. So my target is to bump this up to at least 4,000. Let's hope in 2017. Let's try. So John and Adrian and Christy, so all you guys, so you are promoting from Nepal, and hopefully this will just send out a positive message and more people will be interested to visit Nepal. So that is my personal target, 3,500 to 4,000. And maybe we might be able to beat Denmark if their number remains the same, and UK might be a bit difficult, 46,000. Let's see, later on. So graphically, the month-wise, January to December, the top obviously is UK, followed by Germany, France, Netherlands. So as you can see, the most popular months are September, October, and November, and June, July, May, June, July, not so much. The February, March, April is a fairly good number as well. So this is the tourists going from Europe in 2016. It's not working. So tourism start in 2016, January, February, March. Again, September, October, November, you have like around 80,000. And in February, March, April, around 70,000. And in June, between 30,000 and 40,000. So this one here, this is the stat between 2014 and 2015, as you can imagine. So the decrease in the people coming from airland in total 35%, 31%, and 32%. And the biggest hit was in trekking and mountaineering. And in 2014, we had 97,185 that went down way below 9,162. That is 91% reduction in the number of tourists coming in. That's understandable, and this number has improved now in 2017. So, the most popular trekking were the Manasur trekking, Mustang trekking, Humla, Lower Dolpa, Kanchenjunga, Upper Dolpa. All of them took a big hit, 43, 31, 29, 6. So I guess this number here, Humla trekking, that's the least earthquake-prone region, and I guess the people started to go there. That's where we start to see the big increase in the tourists going there. The length of stay, if you are wondering if I want to go to Nepal, how many days I should make a plan for. So usually the average is 13.16, so around 2 weeks would be a nominal one. Is from my side, I would say at least 8 days, just to see you have like you go to major cities, visit major touristic destinations, and hopefully maybe if you have time, go for some trekkings as well. So tourist arrival between 2005 and 2015. So tourism is obviously one of the backbone of the country. Economy is fully, or it's like 20% or more than 20% is supported by tourism. So that's how the country is dependent on tourism. So from 2000 to 2015, the good thing is it is growing. So as you can see here, from around 30,000, 300,000, it went up to 800,000 in 2014. And unfortunately, due to the earthquake, it went down by a significant number, and it's coming back up. Now, from what my view is, this is still not enough number of people coming in. I think Ireland has like 40 million tourists that come in a year, if my recollection is correct. So in compared to that, Nepal has like 800,000 in a year. That's not enough. Nepal has huge potential. So the problem is the infrastructure is a challenge, but that's gradually improving. So let's hope that in 2018, by 2020, maybe 1.5 million, just hopefully. So number of climbers by permit and summit, this is a huge table. I just put in there. I didn't want to miss any countries, but the important data here is Ireland. There is a permit of total of 21, male 20, female 1, and total is submitted 12. None from female and 12, I'm not sure which, I think it's a mirror, and I have the data there later on. So this one here. So from Ireland, 12 people climbed Mira Peak and 30 Island Peak. So this is the peak, right? So that one is a trek, this is the peak. So 44 from Ireland, and United Kingdom 220, and United States 210, and this data is from 2015. Tourism revenue, as you can see, is gradually growing, and it's, I don't know how it comes that. 6 million, 7, 6 million, I don't know that money. So the main point is it's going up. And it has to go up, and obviously it probably went down. This one, we don't have that number there. In 15, 16, it went down, and it is going up again. So Nepal, now it is getting award. I won't say it is an award, but it is getting good positive feedback in the sense that it was Lonely Planet's best value destination in 2017. It got mentioned in New York Times and as well as in China Daily. So if you're looking to go somewhere nice or someplace different, so Nepal is what I would recommend. Honestly, not because that's where I'm from. Okay, so when you go to Nepal, like, why, what to do there, right? Means what things do you see? Like, for example, if you go to Paris, Eiffel Tower, for example, like, so this stuff. And in Nepal, these are the things that you can, if you are a lover of adventure sports, there are a list of things you could do: mountaineering, mountain flight, trekking, ultra light aircraft, canoeing, Everest marathon, paragliding. I don't think I'll go for paragliding, but if you're anybody interested, that is there as well. So treks in Nepal. So this is the Pune Hill trek. Some of you probably might have been there. I haven't been. So this infographic shows the most popular treks in Nepal. Annapurna obviously is the most popular trek. Trekking route is 100,000, more than 100,000. Langtang 12,500, same as Manaslu, Mustang, Dolpa, and Solukhumbu, and so on. And these are the different trekking regions. I just put it here just to give you a quick overview of where these different trekking routes are. You have Mount Everest here, Taprism, Kathmandu is here, and Manaslu, and so on, and you go way up to Jumla, Simiko, and Dhaulagiri. Okay, climbing peaks. Now, Mount Everest, Annapurna, the top 10 highest mountains in the world, like they are the big, that's a big task. Like John, he has been preparing for like how many months? Maybe he climbed Mount Amadlam in 2015, so he has been preparing for last couple of years. So these peaks, it's not that you can just say, okay, today you are traveling somewhere in Kathmandu, tomorrow you say, okay, let's go to Mira Peak. That's not the thing. But even if you are fairly in a good shape, you don't need to be an adventure climber, you don't need to be a professional climber, you can still go for these peaks. And as I showed earlier, Mira Peak and Island Peak would be the most popular peaks in Nepal. And apart from that, we have the good resource for the wildlife lovers. And as you can see, big bunch of national parks, conservation area, and wildlife reserves. And shopping, if you are interested in handicrafts, especially pashmina and stuff, and that's the best place to go, right? So maybe some of you who have been to Nepal might have bought some pashmina. And as far as I know, there are quite a few businessmen and women here who go to Nepal especially to purchase pashmina and sell here. Spiritual tourism is another aspect. I'm not sure how many of you are into meditation and yoga. If you are into that, Nepal is again the best place. When I was in Nepal in December, January, my wife, she's there by the way, Kavita, she went for this meditation for 10 days. It's a big thing, right? It means no Facebook, no internet, no mobile, and 10 days, for me it was impossible, so I didn't go. She did go, and she made it through, and she has a big story to tell, and it did help in the sense that it kind of gave you internal peace, I think. I don't have the experience, but and we have Navin as well. He's this yoga guru in Dublin, and if you have any questions on yoga, you can ask him, and about the meditation, if you are interested, ask Kavita after the talk. So tour package, so this is the one question. Now, even myself, I always wonder, like, climbing Mount Everest, how much would it cost, right? And climbing Annapurna, going Everest Base Camp, how much would it cost? Now, Mount Everest, probably John would have the number. I think it costs around 40 to 50,000 euro, maybe more. But this one here, Everest Base Camp, 2,200 euro for 16 days, and that doesn't cover your flights and stuff. So it's 2,200, fair number, is it correct? So 2,200, if you are planning for Everest Base Camp, I would say 3,000 to 2,500 euros should be enough. And again, the Annapurna circuit trek, 22 days, 2,000 euro plus the flights, insurance, again, hovering around 3,000 to 3,500. And again, if you want to climb Mira or Island Peak, that would be 3,800. You can see the whole itinerary. I just copied it from internet, by the way, so I'm not sure what is there are a big bunch of things there. So if you are a big trekking fan, you have tons of things to do involved. Tour packages now, it's not only the trekking, it's not only the mountaineering, it's not only the climbing, it's not only the adventure sports. Besides that, as you can see here, it's rich in cultural heritage. The architecture, the arts means it's more or less Pashupatinath temple. It's more than 300, 400 years old. If you are interested in art, people, culture, Nepal is the best place, honestly, right? Now, tour packages, apart from the trekking, you have all the list of tour packages here. Volunteer services, explore Kathmandu Valley, and apparently there is a honeymoon tour package as well. And you have Pokhara sightseeing, Kathmandu, and all those different tours. So this one here, as you can see, means it is not that too many. You don't need to spend too many days. Like around 1 week to 8 days or 9 days should be enough. Again, so the cost details, if you are going there for just for a package tour, just to go to Kathmandu, G1 Pokhara, and not to climbing or trekking, and you have the budget would be around 250 to 350 euro if it is the budget standard. That means you won't be staying in the hi-fi hotel, probably a lodge or okay accommodation, tourist bus, taxi, private car. If you want to go up standard, the lots 4-star, 5-star hotels, AC cars, and all the stuff, it goes around 850 euro, 1400 euro. Anyway, so if you want to go for the deluxe, you'll probably be looking at 2000 euro around. So this is Visit Nepal Europe 2017 website. This is a temporary website. The professional one, or better one, is under construction at the moment. If you visit this website, there are tons of information there. You have Nepal holiday package. There's a list of things that you could go. There are some videos as well. The website address is, you can see there, visitnepaleurope2017.eu. It's fairly easy to remember. Okay, so I think I sent out an email and I put it on Facebook as well. We have sponsors today, and thanks to John. John is the owner of Armada Hotel, and he has kindly agreed to sponsor a weekend stay at Armada Hotel. We'll be doing the draw later in the program. So thanks to John for sponsoring the stay in Armada Hotel. Ganram's Resta for sponsoring 50 euro gift voucher from Lumanti restaurant. And Ganesh Prasai and Navraj Korea, I think they are here. 50 euro voucher is in Catholic Kitchen, and Diwali restaurant Ravi Bogoti is here as well. And thanks for sponsoring, and Mount Everest of Kathmandu, great. Sorry. Okay, there's one more, is Sagarmatha Kitchen, right? Yeah, Sagarmatha Kitchen 50 euro vouchers is there also. So we'll be doing the draw later on. Okay, so this is the announcement I would like to make today. So this is part of the Visit Nepal Europe 2017 campaign. So this raffle announcing this is basically like 8 days free accommodation in Nepal, in Kathmandu, Chittagong, and Pokhara. So you have, you can read this properly. So first 2 nights you will be staying in Annapurna Hotel in Kathmandu. That's a 5-star hotel, by the way. And the second one is in Chittagong. And the second 2 days in Chittagong, third 2 days in Pokhara, and the last 2 days in Hyatt Regency, total of 8 days, and it's worth around 1,000 euro. So if you want to enter in the draw, you just need to go to nepalireland.org and click here, enter your name and email, and we'll do the draw on 8th of April in Limerick. So we have a top program in Limerick on 8th of April. We'll be doing this, the details. We'll put it on Facebook and the website later on. So please send this link to your friends and colleagues, and also do fill out as well, especially those who are visiting Nepal. If you just get it, so you just don't need to pay anything for the accommodation. Okay, that was my talk, and there are a couple of things I'll be going through later on. So in the meantime, before I finish this off, let me just quickly show you the sponsoring hotels, and let's see, where is it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that raffle that I was talking about, if you win, so you'll be staying in this hotel, Hyatt Regency in Kathmandu. And I have slides for Hyatt Regency and Annapurna Hotel, I think. Yeah, so this is the hotel in Kathmandu. As you can see from the room, you can see a good view of Bodhanath Stupa as well. All right, that's it from my side. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. And I'll
Thank you very much, Deepesh. You've made me very excited for going back in June. I can't wait now. Next, I'd like to call on Mr. Joe Costello, our chief guest, to say a few words for us, if he doesn't mind. Joe is a great supporter of Nepal Ireland Society, and we've welcomed him to many of our events, and it's always good to hear from him when he's with us. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Little did I realise I was the chief guest, but I have been very much associated, perhaps identified with Nepal here in Ireland as a public representative over very many years. I have, to some extent, provided the parliamentary connection, and I've worked with Deepesh and with the other Nepalese over a period of time to provide an awareness in Ireland of Nepal, the wonderful country that it is, and the need for Ireland to provide a relationship there in terms of tourism, in terms of trade, in terms of the connections that Ireland should be making to perhaps a greater extent than we have. But there has been a very considerable increase in recent times. The awareness of the earthquake in 2015, the terrible tragedy that took place there, as something that has evoked a considerable amount of response from Ireland. And to build on that, to build on the need to rebuild